Good morning, everybody. Jeff Rediger will start the presentation shortly. Again, if you do have questions during the presentation, please use the chat bubble at the top left if you're looking at your screen. Today we're going to talk about how to use technology to work in the federal market. For those of you who have worked with us for a while, you've heard us talk about JoinMe. Join.me, it's a brand of the company LogMeIn. Other services such as Join GoToMeeting can provide the same solutions for you. The keys to work in the federal market are as follows. Our obligation to the federal employee is to generate a retirement analysis through our Track software. Nowhere does it say you have to deliver the analysis face-to-face. And I think the discretion of the advisor is something that we've always relied on. As we have grown this market and this business model, we have found that sometimes this screen sharing meeting is actually a better way to build the relationship initially with the federal employee. If you have received a lead, gone through the initial fact finder, and are preparing the analysis, there are not many couples out there that are going to make a decision on their planning without them being together. And in this day and age, it's next to impossible, especially if they have children, to get a spouse to sit down to go over an analysis with somebody they have no idea who they are. So one way to lessen the defensiveness of a couple and get them together and to put them in a position where it's not as threatening, we have found utilizing a virtual meeting is a great way to continue to build the relationship and also use your time as an advisor more effectively. And some of the reasons for that is, number one, it allows you to go through the analysis with them. You know, you may have a couple or you may have somebody that is not in a financial position or is of age to retire. Now, I would argue that there are needs for federal employees all the way through early, mid, and late career. Our model is set up to drive federal employees to a late career decision, and that is for retirement. But you're gonna have those people that respond, and we cannot discriminate. So by taking them through the benefit analysis virtually with this screen sharing tool, you could start to do a comparison. And what I mean by that is when you get to the FEGLI, there's a great third-party website that some of you are aware of, referred to as lifehappens.org. It's a foundation established by the life and health industry. And it's a great third party that would allow you to do a comparison for them on their life insurance needs and in a non-threatening way, by saying, well, how did, if they have 3 times, their option be have 3 times their salary, well, how did you determine that amount? And a great way to help them initially is to say, you may not have enough, you may have too much, and let's go through an exercise. You can go through this needs analysis with them, and you can actually print it and send it to them while you're on the phone with them. And there's right there's an opportunity to say, why don't you let me put a comparison together for you, and if this time works, I'll send it over to you, and I'll follow up a week from now at the same time. It seems like this time works for both of you. Very non-threatening. In addition to the life insurance, you can do a calculator that is right down here at the bottom of the page, and let them know if they're first that their long-term disability is probably going to end up being about 40% of their income. They're not aware of that. And the bottom line is that you want to do these analysis to create better benefits for them without reducing their out-of-pocket costs. That's always the goal. Now, can you accomplish that every time? No, but the goal is to see if we can find money they may be what we call wasting in other areas to cover gaps in their planning while they're working. Life insurance and disability insurance are 2 gaps that ultimately they're going to have in their lifetime. And using a third-party tool like this is a great way to build the relationship, ideas on what they should be doing without threatening them right away with, number one, a proposal with the company's name on it, and number 2, not going through the entire analysis with them, just steps. And I would tell you that the additional step that you need to look at is, and this is just something I learned over the years, is one area where we find that we can save federal employees money and their benefits is to look at what they are paying for their auto insurance. Now, this is something you need to go back to your PNC insurance professional with, but sometimes I see here that you have 6 months of savings and very little debt. By raising your deductibles, you could save enough money to cover that gap in the life insurance or disability insurance. And you also need to check with your PNC agent about making sure your is enforced, because we're in a very litigious society. Those are just some tips to help them that you're not going to get initial money on, but it helps their overall planning and positions you as the quarterback of their finances. So those are very important steps that you can take to help them. And this Life Happens site is a great third-party tool that you can use in a very non-threatening way to help them and give them advice. And then once you get the okay to follow up at the end of the benefit analysis presentation, I always send a copy of the analysis after we're done, not before, and illustrations along with a confirmation of the follow-up meeting. Now, if at that point it's either face-to-face, or if this format works well, then have the presentation meeting in this format again. A lot of times the couple is more comfortable with that, and it saves you drive time going out. I've always said that if you're going out to somebody's home, you're positioning yourself like an insurance agent, a doctor, an attorney, an accountant. They're not gonna be driving to somebody's home. So if somebody wants to meet after hours, I tell them that the way I do that is through my through a virtual meeting, and that way you don't have to prepare for me to come out, and we're actually more productive because there's not as many distractions, and it works. By just telling them that. So if I know that we've closed a lot of insurance business through this virtual channel, and I would tell you that you could do the same. Now, those of you that don't do much on the life or disability side, we're our retirement income planners. We have very good advisors that are skilled at the life side that could connect with you and do joint work, or we could find a professional in your area to work life insurance on a split basis for you. But by not doing it, I think you're just giving up revenue. And if you have a 30-minute meeting going over analysis and giving them a couple illustrations, you're going to pick up some business just by the volume. And that's what I wanted to turn to now, is to talk about, for those of you involved in our regional marketing as well as the leads. Our goal over the 12 months is to get you 250 requests, whether it's through our lead channels or if it's via the workshops and leads. We want 250 federal employees to raise their hand out there and say, I want a consultation or I want an analysis. We know if we're doing that, by default, you're going to pick up business. And we've tracked the numbers for 3 solid years now, and we know that 20% of the federal employees that have requested an analysis or consultation with you over 12 months are going to do business with you just by default. So right there, you've got 25. You've got, well, let me back up. 250 have raised their hand to do business with you. Out of that 250, you got 125 of them that'll actually, half of those you'll get the information over the course of the year to run an analysis like we just talked about. Out of those 125, 20% will do business with you as far as a rollover. That means they either have an asset that's in their wife's spouse's 401k, another IRA, but they will do a rollover. So that's 25 retirement clients. The average rollover across the country is $125,000. Some of you, maybe in rural America, are saying, "Wait a minute, that's not mine." But when you look at it collectively across the country, and as you build your practice, you'll see those numbers start to go up. It's $125,000. So right there is $3 million of rollover money in 12 months. We know that. So I think sometimes when we're doing this, I've had a lot of my advisors come to me and say, "Jeff, there's not a lot of my leads are eligible for retirement." Well, number one, we can't discriminate. We do generate our marketing toward the retirees or those that are pre-retirement, but you will get the 40-somethings that are preparing. So use this tool for the other 80% that aren't necessarily retirement candidates yet. But you want to build the relationship, and there is plenty to do there, but it doesn't mean you have to sit down with them, every single one of them. I would tell you that you'd be just as efficient doing this platform for those that are earlier mid-career and those that are pre-retirement after you go through the analysis. Use this platform, or see those federal employees that are 3 years to retirement face-to-face. But save your time. Our obligation to the federal employee, go through this analysis with them. It doesn't mean that you have to sit down with each of them. Now, if you add this to your life insurance and disability to your planning and use this tool for the other 80%, you're going to pick up another 25 clients. Now, obviously, the average size case of a life and disability case is $2,000 a premium a year. That could be anywhere from $1,500 to $1,900 of commission. But you're picking up a client, you're making some money, and we have found that those that use their insurance sales effectively, that pays for their marketing over the course of the year. So again, out of the 250, we know that only 20% are going to become retirement clients, or 20% are going to become insurance clients. So you'll double your clientele by just adding this. One additional comment I'd like to make on the Join Me. I would suggest that if you're going to do this platform, make sure the federal employee is not utilizing their server, if possible, at the office. Sometimes the government blocks any links. So trouble utilizing this tool in the agency. So let them, tell them to go to, a Starbucks or right after work when they get home, whatever it may be. But let them know that if you attempt to do this at work, there's a high probability that the link will be blocked. If that's the case, you've gotten it set up and they can't log in, then send them the document, email it to them, and go through it over the phone. We've had advisors that have had success just doing it that way too. So as long as they have a copy of it, it's not as efficient as, visually, but it'll still get the job done for you, and you've met your obligation with the federal employee. So, again, for those of you that joined us late, there's a great website, lifehappens.org, that will allow you to do a insurance, as a life insurance as well as a disability calculation in comparison when you're sitting down with them, that you can compare to their FEGLI while you're going through an analysis with them. And the reason I like this calculator, again, is because it's a third party, and you're not hitting them with the company's illustration. So a great tool that will allow you to get them thinking about their needs. They have some great sales material in here. Who needs it? Again, we've talked about this before. You've heard GPM on our calls. Disability is something that is overlooked, And to be honest, there's a much higher probability that somebody's going to have a disability in their working career versus dying, and that could be a much financial liability to a family. So this tool will definitely help you with that. So if you have any questions on anything that we've covered, please go ahead and put it in the chat bar at this time. For those of you that do not use Join Me, again, and have a GoToMeeting platform, you can use Join GoToMeeting. It's the same type of screen sharing. Join Me has a free version. All you have to do is download the software onto your desktop, and when you start a meeting, it'll pop up a code, and you just simply send that code to join the meeting to the federal employee. Just send them the link to Join Me, they enter the code down here, and you're on your way. So it's a very effective way to get these analysis out, start to build the relationship, and our goal is to help you save money and time, but also getting your name out there, because a lot of these federal employees that you don't do business with will ultimately refer you. You'll come across with somebody that was non-threatening, delivered the information, and allow you to build a relationship. So Dale Workman just said that it only costs $10 per month. Maybe I know there's a free version, but maybe that trial version is only for a period of time. But if it's just $10 a month, I think. There's another service called Zoom, ZOOM, that is $10 a month. Join Me after the trial is $24 a month. We have the service. You can put your business name on the end. It gives you your own personal link, and you don't have to send them a code with the link. You can just send them the $24 a month. You could send them your company name. Ours is join.me/Fed resource, and it gives you have your logo up. You know, when you start our meeting, you see that, so it's a little more professional looking. So, anyways, we do have advisors using it. I think it's a great tool. The other thing you can do on this platform is you can record presentations, and I think it's a great way for you to critique yourself after you go through an analysis. Just to do trial runs to make sure that you're covering everything and that you know where to click and you don't disconnect them. We've had that happen. That's never good. So, anyways, hope this has been helpful. I'll have Aaron send out the link to Life Happens, and Zoom also has the recording option. And want to thank you for your time today. Everybody have a great weekend. We thank you for all your business, and we look forward to continuing to serve you. Thanks a lot.